not, you know, stall too much or anything. I know there's a lot of people here who don't normally watch, and if you're wondering, yes, I do normally run 20-minute intros. And yes, my community at least claims that they like it. I think that they like it. I like playing songs for you guys, but anyway.
They hate it.
Yes, sir?
Yeah, anyway. We don't like it? Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, I'm probably gonna stop reading chat now as well, but you guys are free.
Yes, sir?
Actually, 3 weeks ago now. I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me, and to someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a streamer or content creator, but obviously that does not matter. And because of this, I cannot in good conscience sit here knowing that I know critical information about someone that almost no one else does and not say anything. I think that most issues and dramas should stay private and off the internet. And I still hold that belief to this day, and I will hold that belief going forward. However, there are certain things that cross the line, and I say that the line has been crossed too many times to be count. There's a point where I believe that people deserve to know. I think that at a certain point, if you know a lot of things about someone and you don't say anything to look out for others, it's wrong. It's wrong to keep it to yourself. I don't want what happened to me or what has happened to other people because of him to happen to other people. And I don't believe he will ever stop behaving the way he does.
Agreed.
But regardless, yeah, like I said, one of the main reasons I decided to do this stream is to come out about all of this because I can't hold on to it any longer because it feels wrong to do so. And an honorable mention reason for why I'm doing this is that for a while, he has been indirectly threatening me through my friends and people that I work with. They've informed me that he said that if I ever talked about anything he did, he would try to create a smear campaign against me in retaliation. I was told that he even approached other streamers who were close with us back when we lived together, asking them if they would join with him, and they all refused.
Awaiting orders. Very well.
At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I kill animals and that I killed my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with him.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Our base is under attack.
I'm sure he's probably listening now, and it's probably going to come as quite a shock to him that this information made its way back to me and that I've known for months. But if you try to threaten me to stay quiet, especially using my poor dead animals, I'm not going to stay quiet.
It's nuts.
Okay. So now that I've explained all the reasons why this took so long and why I made the decision to do this stream, I have a few more things I would like to get out of the way before I start talking about all of this.
It's not about me.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
I'm not going to stay quiet.
It's nuts.
Okay. So now that I've explained all the reasons why this took so long and why I made the decision to do this stream, I have a few more things I would like to get out of the way before I start talking about all of this.
It's not about me.
Yes, sir.
The way that I'm going to do this today is I'm going to run through everything from the beginning to the end to try to get across the story as accurately and fully as I can. And, hold on.
Unit ready.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative.
Hold on.
Wrong one.
I'm also going to be showing a few screenshots validating what I'm saying. I have more things, but this is what I felt comfortable using today. and
Training.
I will be running through
Reinforcements
those
have
later.
arrived. Unit ready.
Of course.
Training.
Another
Unit
thing
ready.
that I'd like to mention before I start is that
Training.
during my statement, I'm going to be
Yes, sir.
mentioning
Unit
directly the
ready.
names of about half a dozen other
Training.
creators who were present for certain things.
Unit ready.
And I want to say that none of these people did anything wrong. I'm just saying that they were there, and I've asked all of them permission. They all said that it was fine
sir.
to include their names, but I know this
Yes,
won't
sir.
stop everyone, but I asked people,
Reporting. Acknowledged.
for the streamers that I mentioned.
Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Very well. Reporting. Affirmative.
Things. And I want to say that none of these people did anything wrong. I'm just saying that they were there, and I've asked all of them permission. They all said that it was fine to include their names, but
Reporting. At one.
I know this won't stop everyone,
Awaiting
but I
orders.
asked
Affirmative.
people,
Awaiting orders. Very well.
for the streamers that I mentioned,
Reporting.
please don't go bothering them or asking them for more
At
information.
once.
If there's something else that they want to say, they'll say it themselves, so there's no point to go
Reporting.
pester them and bother them
Very
about
well.
it.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
There are also streamers who gave me permission to
Affirmative.
share things that they relayed to me privately, but
Training.
asked me to redact their names, which I, of course, did.
Unit ready. Training.
And the last thing that I want to make clear is
Unit
that
ready.
not every person that I interact with or that I'm friends with knew the extent of all of these things. And in fact, most of them didn't. And some of them didn't
Yes,
even
sir.
know anything at all.
Training.
I
Yeah.
tried to keep things private with my close friends. But if
Unit
anyone
ready.
during the
sir.
past year ever approached me
Affirmative.
asking questions,
Repair.
I didn't lie and I told them the truth.
Training.
But yeah, I don't want there to be some kind of witch hunt like,
Unit
oh,
ready.
no,
Training.
you knew and this, no. A lot of people, you know,
Unit
didn't
ready.
know everything or
Training.
didn't know anything.
Unit repaired.
Ready and waiting. Yes,
Our
sir.
base is under attack.
Okay. I think that's
I'll talk about my
all that I have to get out of the way.
in the context of
Start.
like things that she says
Reporting. Affirmative.
after, but not
Awaiting
right now.
orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Very well.
Training.
Reporting.
So, this is
Affirmative.
public information.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Very well.
I initially
Reporting.
moved in.
Agreed.
Sorry,
Awaiting orders.
I'm
Yes,
still
sir.
sick, like I said.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
This is all public, obviously this part.
Training.
I moved in with him. I believe it was the
Unit
end of
ready.
2021
Training.
because he offered.
Yes, sir.
I was living alone at the
Affirmative.
Unit
Unit
time.
ready.
and I was
Training.
having stalker
Reporting.
issues in
Acknowledged.
Kansas, and I mean you guys know like all the stuff that
Unit
happened there.
ready.
Awaiting
I
orders.
ended up joining the org and everything. We did a lot of streams together,
Training.
and I mean a lot of people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out
Unit
and say
ready. Training.
it. We
Yes, sir.
started
Very
dating.
well.
We were in a relationship
ready.
starting
Vehicle
January 2022
Affirmative.
after I joined
Training.
OTK.
Insufficient funds.
I'm not planning to
Unit
go into
ready.
too much
At one.
detail about the start of the relationship because it honestly
orders.
doesn't really matter at this point.
well.
It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter that you guys need to know for the story are that it was, one, an extremely private relationship.
Acknowledged.
It was even hidden from friends and people
Yeah,
in the
she didn't
org,
tell
but
us.
I mean, obviously people all eventually
Yeah.
figured out they're not fucking stupid. And second, it was an extremely codependent relationship, which it's not the issue, but that's just, you know, making that clear for details. He initially portrayed himself to me as someone who was very nice to girls and wanted to help me feel safe from stalkers and wanted me to succeed as a teammate, and we grew very close over time, and
Reporting.
I was very dependent on him for feelings of safety, social life, like my stream, my
Agreed.
job, everything. So
Vehicle
yeah,
reporting.
besides it being a very
Affirmative.
codependent relationship, The
Unit
start of it was
ready.
fine.
Training.
I
Unit
saw a lot of
ready.
people mentioning this. They
Unit
thought
ready.
this was what I was going to talk
Training.
about.
Unit ready.
It's not a secret.
Unit
I
ready.
think
A
everyone
lot
who
of
paid
people-
attention knew that
yeah.
he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree, who I was friends with, and even when I would stream.
Yep.
So
Repair.
when
Training. Unit ready. Training.
it was definitely
ready.
slow over time
Unit ready.
that bad things started
Unit
happening.
prepared.
Agreed.
At the start,
Ready
it would
and
be
waiting.
things like, for example, he would throw bottles,
Yes, sir?
like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me,
Acknowledged.
despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruise very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it's scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even
Unit
hit me in
lost.
the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but
Reporting.
he always,
Reporting at once.
you know, was like, oh,
Yes, sir.
it's an
At once.
accident, and I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident.
ready.
Like, you know,
Training.
of course I'm not gonna
Building.
think
Unit
that,
ready.
you know,
Base is under attack. Unit ready.
yeah, I
Ready
just,
and waiting. Affirmative.
Training. Unit ready. Insufficient funds.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. At once.
Training. Unit
Ready
ready.
and waiting. Affirmative.
Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Training.
Agreed.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Agreed. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Training.
Ready
Unit
and waiting.
ready.
Very well.
Training.
Reporting.
Unit
Very
ready.
well.
Training. Unit
Yes,
ready.
sir. At once.
Training.
Awaiting order. At
Unit
once.
ready. Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
Reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. At once. Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir?
Unit lost.
Awaiting orders. Very well. Yes, sir? Very well. Acknowledged. Agreed. Yes, sir? Agreed. Yes, sir? Affirmative.
Training. Unit ready. Training. Unit
Reporting.
ready.
At once.
Our base is under attack.
and it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always, you know, was like, oh, it's an accident, and I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident, like, you know, of course I'm not gonna think that, you know, he's, yeah, I just,
This is the beginning, by the way.
at the time, I just kind of was, you know, I just brushed it off, and looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries, if that makes sense. So
Building.
that was
On
already
hold.
kind of
Cancel.
starting to show signs within the first 6 months of me and him being close, and then again, a very public situation. The end of 2022, the cover-up allegations
Yes, sir.
happened. I mean, yeah, like I said, all that's public. You can find all
Ready
that.
and waiting.
See, like,
Agreed.
what I said during that, everything.
Training. Unit ready.
After that
Training.
happened,
Unit
his
ready.
behavior started getting a lot worse,
At once.
which, I mean, I suppose it makes
Building.
sense. You know, he was
On hold.
very stressed.
Vehicle reporting.
A lot of stuff was happening.
Acknowledged.
but
Reporting.
the bad behavior was ramping up, and I feel like it's
Yes, sir.
so apparent. If like you go back and watch anything from that time, I tried so hard to help him and be there for him because I really believed
Ready
in
and
him,
waiting. Very
and
well. Yes, sir.
I wanted him
Agreed.
to get better and get back on his feet and
Affirmative.
Unit
be the
ready.
person that
Building.
I always believed that he was. But
Yes, sir.
that unfortunately
Very well.
did not really happen.
At
For a
once.
long time, I think
Unit lost. Unit ready.
about a year and a half from when that all happened, it was kind of
Building.
like
Yes, sir.
slow
Acknowledged.
things getting worse, but I mean,
Yes, sir.
honestly, I'm not even gonna
Affirmative.
bother going into the details of all of that because there's just too much to cover, and
Unit ready. Building.
it's honestly kind of not
Awaiting
really
orders.
relevant to the rest of what I'm saying because the rest of what I want to say is
Acknowledged.
a lot worse.
24-hour stream.
There was a point where
Unit
things
ready.
really took a
Vehicle
turn
reporting.
for the worst.
10 minutes
Acknowledged.
Like
remaining.
it felt like, like a very delicate
Acknowledged.
branch just kind of snapped.
Building.
So, and again, a lot of people are like vaguely aware of this, but I'll explain it for people who are,
Unit ready.
chronically tapped into
Yes,
all
sir.
that stuff. So for a long time,
This is after Maya.
after
It's after Maya.
the cover-up allegations happened, and he was starting to kind of struggle on his stream.
Yeah.
He never wanted to stream at the same time
Unit
as me.
ready.
We
Training.
really
Unit
avoided
ready.
it, and to me at the
Training.
time it made sense because I was
Unit
like, well,
ready.
of course, we share a lot of
Training.
community members.
Unit
If
ready.
Seems
we're live at
reasonable.
separate
Training.
times, we're both gonna perform
Unit
better.
ready.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Training.
But
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
yeah, we were never really
Training.
live doing the same thing at the
Building.
same time for a
Unit
long
ready.
time. With
Training.
the exception of
Unit
things
ready.
like events
Training.
or sponsors
Unit
or
ready.
just special
Unit
things.
ready. Training. Unit
For
ready.
a very long time, and
Very well.
a lot of you guys probably noticed that I would only usually stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was because of him. And now I stream whenever I want, but the first time that we ever streamed at the same time
Yes, sir.
was for
Affirmative.
the
Reporting.
2024
At
Rust
once.
Kingdom
Oh,
event on
Jesus
Twitch.
Christ.
We were sharing
Unit
drops.
ready.
This is so ridiculous.
It was the first time in a very long time that we were both going to be live at the same time, doing the same thing.
People even saw this.
Probably what the fuck's up with
Affirmative.
anything. But
Unit lost.
it'll make sense to get.
Affirmative.
So I'm live.
Sharing drops.
He's
Drops for
live,
the
we're
Rust
both
event.
Streaming, and like I
Awaiting
said, you can
orders.
go find all of this. This is
Acknowledged.
public.
It's
There's
online,
clips of
yeah.
this.
Affirmative.
We're both streaming the Rust event,
Training.
and I thought it was going really well. I thought everyone was having fun.
Unit ready.
I was like, oh, this is
Training.
great. Everyone's
Warning.
doing the same
5
thing at the same
minutes
time. We're all hanging
Unit
out.
ready.
We're gonna have fun. Like I
Unit
was
ready.
really excited.
Training.
And then
Unit ready. Training.
I start seeing in my chat people start
Unit ready.
saying unofficial
At once.
Ms. raid, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Training.
And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying like, Emmy,
Vehicle report.
I'm
Affirmative.
gonna kill myself. I waited, or I'm gonna KMS. I waited
Warning. 4
so long for this,
minutes
etc.
remaining.
Basically he was
Unit
upset
ready.
because I had higher viewership than him.
Training. Building.
That's literally it. I had higher viewership
sir.
than him.
Insufficient funds.
And like I said, this is during an event,
Affirmative.
so there were drops. Like everyone knows when there's drops, like
Our
it's
base is
not
under
even
attack.
fucking real. But yeah,
Unit lost.
he starts messaging me. He's really upset.
Unit
I
lost.
tried to
Yes,
tell
sir.
him, I
Warning.
was like,
3
bro, you
minutes
should
remaining.
come back and play. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's like
Unit
wondering where you
ready.
are.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, he ended his
Unit
stream.
ready.
And then I'm
Ready and
still
waiting.
live, trying to act like
Building.
nothing's wrong.
Yes, sir.
And
Affirmative.
in that house,
Messaging her
I
while
had
she's
glass
live.
door, so I could see this was happening. He was walking behind me,
Unit ready.
making sure that I knew he
Yes,
was
sir.
there.
Warning. 2
And
minutes
by the way,
remaining.
okay, by the way, so there were many ways out of that house if he wanted to leave the house that were closer to his stream room. He intentionally chose the door that was right by my room.
Actually, the most inconvenient door of all the doors that he could have left.
Apparent, at least to me.
Vehicle reporting.
He starts walking behind my stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up. So even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door literally broke. The lock did not work anymore. It didn't work for months, and it would just make this horrible sound that I would have to hear like every fucking day. But anyway, so I hear him back there doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
There's clips of
So
this,
I tell
by
my
the way.
stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back.
Vehicle reporting.
I get up and I go
sir.
talk to him, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, Emmy, like,
Moving out.
I hate all of you guys. Like, all you guys do is just take from me, and like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just done. And I was like, is this like
Affirmative.
really happening because of rush drops? And he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was like going off on me, like basically saying that he hated me.
Yes,
And I
sir.
was like, well, I don't know what to do now. And he was like, go finish your stream so that people don't know anything's wrong. And
That's what matters.
I stop in the bathroom outside my stream room, and I'm like, you know, checking my makeup, trying to make sure people can't tell that I was like crying. And I'm only in there for like 30 seconds, and he comes and like looms in the doorway. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm just checking my makeup. So I go back and I stream for a couple hours to finish the stream. Do my best to just like, you know, carry on the show basically. And yeah, after that, like I said, was when things started to get really fucking bad. It was like something just snapped.
Yes, sir.
For the rest of the week, he streamed the Rust event.
Acknowledged.
He got all the drop viewers.
She didn't
I'm
stream
sure
at all.
he was very happy. I mean, good for him.
Wow.
And during that time, I obviously was like thinking and processing a lot of what happened. But I mean, it was a lot because this person was at the time like kind of my, I mean, it was like my partner and my best friend and like the only person that like I really talked to ever, or like at least off stream. So I mean, it was just very, it was a lot.
Affirmative.
But the very next stream, I went live about a week after that, and I announced that I was planning to move.
Of course.
I knew that I would have to move.
Affirmative.
Okay, I have to go live and say this so that, you know, kind of force myself to commit to it. Right? Does that make sense?
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Obviously, I
Affirmative.
didn't move out right away, but
Awaiting orders.
after like all that Rust stuff happened was
Awaiting
when
orders.
the other
Affirmative.
domestic abuse stuff really started. He would destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things in front of me and near me.
Yes, sir.
Destroy walls. Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom. Holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him. And he would be banging on the door and screaming at me. And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like
super fast,
150 miles an hour, and like one time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die, like threatening to kill both of us.
Yes, sir.
And this wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did a lot of the time. Like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food, and he was on his phone, and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video, and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer, and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, no, like, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Which led to him
almost killing them.
Miles per hour in the car,
almost killing them.
Killing himself while doing it.
Over a Mr. Beast video.
And then at home,
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
other things would
Construction
happen,
options.
like I'd be trying to
Building.
sleep and he would scream at me and say that it was all my fault, that he felt insecure. There was a time that
Unit ready. Building.
I walked into a room that he was in,
Training.
and as soon as he saw me there, he threw his
Awaiting
phone
orders. Acknowledged.
at the dresser and started yelling because
Unit ready. Construction complete.
I had posted a YouTube video within the same couple of days as him, and mine was doing better. So basically, I felt like I was kind of stuck
It's
in a loop
It's so
where I
sad,
felt like
bro.
I had to constantly
It's so sad.
perform and like prove
it's so
my
sad.
value to not be thrown away. But at the same time, if I ever performed too well, I was gonna be punished for it.
Yep.
Unit ready.
And it just felt like a very
Building.
rough situation to be
sir.
stuck in because, I mean,
Acknowledged.
streaming's my hobby and my job. Like, it's a huge part of
Construction
my life.
complete.
All of our
Even
friends are
before,
attached to it too.
You know, I met him and became like a larger creator. And I remember thinking all the time how it felt like he hated me,
Building.
but he still wanted me around
Low
for
power.
his channel and like his thumbnails and everything.
Yeah.
Affirmative.
And this
Structure
is still
sold.
before I
On
moved
hold.
out.
Building.
There was a time where it was the tension in the house was so unbearable
Acknowledged.
that I would
Waiting
sneak
order.
out and I would
Structure
sneak
sold.
into Esfan's house
Training.
using my code, and Esfan didn't know why I was doing this. He saw me a couple times. I'd be like, oh, I'm just
Yes,
gonna
sir.
go
Unit ready.
take a
Very
nap with your
well.
guest room. He'd be like, yeah, that's
Construction
fine.
complete. Building.
I would sneak into
Training.
Esfan's house just to have some time
Yep.
of like peace and quiet. But eventually, he figured out where I was
Unit
going,
ready.
and he would
Training.
go over to Esfan's house
Construction
to
complete.
keep telling me off.
Building.
No escape.
And there was
Unit ready.
the time that he did
Training.
it, and
Insufficient
I
funds.
was lying in the
Unit
guest
ready.
room bed, and one of the roommates in that house
On hold.
had
Cancel.
come to see like why I was
Yes, sir.
crying,
Construction complete.
and they were standing in the corner, and he
Acknowledged.
came in, and he was
Waiting orders.
very physically aggressive. He was like,
Acknowledged.
Emmy, like, what are you doing? Like, angry.
She
And
wrote,
then as soon
yeah.
as he turned and saw
This
this
is,
other
like, this
person
is really
standing
serious.
there,
Yeah.
he instantly, like, deflated and changed his tone. He was like, oh, Emmy, I was wondering where you were. Like, are you coming home? And, that roommate, like, later asked me about it. They were like, what the fuck was that? Like, are you okay? And I was just like, oh, it's nothing, because
Unfortunately,
I felt like
happened a lot.
a lot of the reason
sir.
that I didn't tell the people around me was because I
Affirmative.
felt like no one would understand, or even if they understood, it would just be a burden to them, because all of
Waiting
our
orders.
streams and social circles and communities are so
Very well.
intertwined. I was like, maybe it's just better for me to deal with this and like hope things get better, basically.
Yep.
I honestly don't even remember what the final straw was that I finally was like, okay, it's time to go. Like, I prepared the house that I lived in before this one, like,
Training.
pretty much immediately after the, like, breaking the front door thing happened, but I was still, like, scared and unsure.
Unit
So I don't remember what
ready.
the final
Ready and
straw
waiting.
was, but I remember
Affirmative.
the day I took Cheddar to the house,
Building.
because he just randomly started like screaming at Cheddar. He was like, get that fucking cat out of my house. So I just
Mad at
grabbed Cheddar
YouTube
and put him in my
views, mad at
car,
Mr. Beast, mad at
grabbed
the
his little
cat.
box and took him there, and I just left
Construction
him there.
complete.
Never took him back
Building.
to that house.
Hey yo,
And,
fuck Cheddar.
I
All
think,
my
like,
homies
within
hate
several
Cheddar.
days after that was when I finally moved out.
Who
It was
yells
on
at a
very
cat?
Short notice. Like I said, I don't even remember
Construction
what the
complete.
final straw was because so many things happened, but
Building.
there was a time when I just knew. I called some movers. I said, hey, can you come tomorrow? And they were like, yeah, and then I literally moved the next day.
Construction complete.
Moving out into the last house that I lived in was a huge step mentally because, like I said, a big part of why I moved into the first house in Texas in the first place was because I felt like
Training.
it was the safest option for me.
Because
Because
of stalkers.
you know, I am
Yeah.
a girl where it's like kind of scary for me to be living alone.
Unit ready. Training.
So it was very hard, and at the time, even though like all these other
Insufficient
things had already
funds.
happened, I was very hopeful
Unit
that
ready.
me and him could be
Training.
cordial and like eventually like things would be fine, at least publicly, like for stream reasons, that you know everyone can just keep streaming like nothing had happened. And you know, at the time I thought that would be the best thing to do, and I felt like
You put your best
if
foot
I,
forward, people
you know,
step on it.
separated myself
Unit
from him
ready.
without
That's what happens.
explaining anything, people that watched us wouldn't understand
Yeah.
and would attack me. I
Unit
was,
ready. Training.
That's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, it ended up happening anyway, so, but,
Unit ready.
Awaiting orders.
yeah,
Agreed.
after I moved out, we, like I said, still kept in contact. I had hoped that somehow things would get better. He
Building.
would always beg for me to come back,
Awaiting orders.
and he would promise therapy and change and, like,
Affirmative.
even talk to other
Surely.
people and, like, kind of present, like, oh, I want to
Things are gonna get better this
change, I
time.
want to be better for Emmy or
This
whatever,
time for
you know?
sure.
There was a short period in October where
This is last
we
year.
had broken up because, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter now. And when that
On hold.
happened, I
Cancel.
honestly felt relieved because
Building.
I was like, okay, finally, it's like on his terms, so that means he'll be satisfied and be able to say it was his choice, and he'll leave me alone. Because whenever I would try to push for it, it just felt
Yes,
like
sir.
I
Acknowledged.
couldn't like
Yes,
really
sir.
sever it, if that makes
Acknowledged.
sense. But I mean, obviously, hence me doing this stream, that was not the end of it.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
A week after this
Acknowledged.
breakup,
Affirmative.
Unit
Awaiting orders.
lost.
asked to come over to
Insufficient
my house
funds.
and talk for closure. He came to my house, and
Construction complete.
I was crying like
Building.
crazy because
Construction complete.
the emotions were just
Building.
very high because
Construction
I was
complete.
dealing with a lot of major
Building.
shifts in my life as
Construction
a result
complete.
of me attempting to start to try to distance myself from him. He,
Building.
so yeah, we were just
Construction
talking
complete.
and I was crying a lot.
Building.
He started to
Construction complete.
try to comfort
Building.
me by hugging me while I was sitting on the couch,
Construction complete.
holding me really close to him.
Building.
And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a
Construction
while,
complete.
and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a
Construction
relationship
complete.
with.
Building.
But I let him hold me while I was crying, and
Construction
he started
sold.
kissing me in
Base
my
is under
face,
attack.
and
Construction
I let
complete.
him do it, and I was still sobbing a lot.
Building.
Then, suddenly,
Construction
he tried
complete.
to climb on top of me and
Building.
aggressively shoved his hand down my
Awaiting order.
pants,
Very well.
and
Construction
I
complete.
screamed. Yeah. And when I screamed,
sir.
he jumped off me like
Very
a cat,
well.
like.
Building.
And instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay,
Construction
he said, "I feel weird
Building.
now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go." And
Construction
he immediately
complete.
left my house while I was still
Building.
crying, without checking if I was
Construction
okay or
complete.
anything. And at the time, I was still making excuses for him, and I was still afraid of causing trouble for other streamers around
Building.
us, or like, you know, making things
Construction
weird
complete.
for viewers. I know that probably sounds crazy,
Building.
but like I just felt this pressure, like I
Oh,
had
this is
to
making me feel weird.
try
Construction
to
complete.
keep things together, if that makes sense.
Accommodating
I-
a psycho.
Yeah, I felt like I'd caused trouble for so many other people if I ever
Building.
said anything bad about him,
On hold.
or if I
Cancel.
caused rifts in our
Reporting.
friend group or streamer group.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged.
I tried to stay on good terms with him and hold everything in,
Building.
and also I still cared about him a lot, and I
Construction
still
complete.
at that point had hope
Awaiting
that
orders.
things would get better, and
Affirmative.
that, you know, he would improve. And he'd also always
Base
hammer
is under
into me.
attack.
Yes, sir.
Have you guys known
how
somebody that this has
he
happened to
never
before?
physically abused me because he never hit me. And he would coach me and tell me to tell people
Yes, sir.
or other streamers who are asking about it
Affirmative.
because they
Yeah.
were concerned. He would say, tell
Building.
them that I never hit you. Make sure that they know that I never hit
Awaiting
you.
orders.
Very normal thing to coach somebody to say.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Around the
Super
same
normal.
time, this was during OnlyFans 2,
Unit
so
ready.
I guess like
Training.
December-ish.
Unit
Awaiting
ready.
orders.
He would
Very well.
often message me
Training.
in the middle of my streams and berate me for
Unit
things like
ready.
playing the same class
Training.
as him in WoW because he thought it would make people think
Unit
that I was
ready.
better than him.
Reporting.
So
And again, like I said earlier, I felt like I was stuck in a constant loop where I had to perform well to not be thrown away.
Yeah.
But if I performed too well, I was going to be
Unit
punished.
ready.
And I actually wanted
Yes,
to
sir.
show some of those
Acknowledged.
messages because
Building.
obviously a lot of these things.
So stupid.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yeah, I'm
Acknowledged.
not gonna fully read these out
This was only thanks to
Yes, sir.
because
the second
I
one. I
honestly
mean,
just don't want to
Acknowledged.
read them out, but I feel like I want to show them to like kind of show what I'm saying.
Emmy is better. Emmy
I am
this.
planning to
I can't have anything,
probably
Emmy.
post the VOD of this somewhere, so if you know.
You just take.
Unit
you wanna
ready.
read
Not
this later,
tank. Just that simple.
that's fine. I
You've
guess.
already played Warrior when I told you.
And again, this was
Now I'm
all
gonna get
happening while
compared
I was live.
non-stop.
You can literally go find the stream and see me trying to deal with this.
Don't tank.
While I'm
There it
live in
is.
the middle of a dungeon,
Don't dude me.
trying to just play the fucking game.
This is about World of Warcraft. Let me handle all the hate.
Oh fuck, I think I...
You just have fun. Such a serious situation. I feel like an asshole laughing, but this is so fucking ridiculous. It's insane, isn't it? Oh my god.
Tank Emmy, do it. Let me handle all the hate, the criticism. You're worse than Emmys. The Emmy is so much better. The people saying you're better in every chat. The comparison
no
says nobody will ever be on my side.
He says
Let me
there's
deal
no
with it. You have
boundaries
fun.
with
I
you.
asked you not to become a tank. You didn't listen. And now it's the classic, what was I supposed to do? I'm not dealing with this. And like I said, you can go find the stream.
That's what he said.
But for context, I was playing Warrior in World of Warcraft in like a level 24 dungeon. It was like Silverpine. Like it was just like, it wasn't even like.
You
it was
can't
like
just
dog
tank
shit gameplay, to be
SFK.
honest.
You can't just tank SFK. You
Like,
can't just do that.
So, yeah. Yeah, yeah, you can,
Just pause it, read
do
all
that
that shit
later, I
yourself.
suppose,
Yeah.
if, yeah, like I said before, hold on. I was constantly trying so hard to compromise with him because I wanted
Base
to
is under attack.
I wanted to be cool and I wanted us to be able to coexist in the same streaming sphere.
Yes, sir.
But I felt like I could never win, and he hated my whole existence. Like ever
Agreed.
since that one stream where I had like a little bit more
Waiting
viewers
orders.
than him. And he would say that it was my
Reporting.
fault that his
Affirmative.
stream was
Reporting.
dying
Affirmative.
because most of his viewers
sir.
liked me, and
Affirmative.
whenever he hit on another
Vehicle
girl,
reporting.
they would be
Affirmative.
confused or not take it seriously because they knew that me and him were together privately. And he said if he would be able to hit on other girls and convince them that it was real, he would get his career back. That was like, started within the last couple of weeks that we spoke to each other. He started,
Yes,
saying terrible things to me about other streamers in Austin.
Acknowledged.
In particular, one specific streamer
Yes, sir.
who
Very well.
I know there's a lot of people that know he has beef with certain streamers. It was not one of those streamers. It was someone who, to this day, has been nothing but nice to him. He would say horrible things about this person, like about them in their stream, and it was very hard to listen to. And just in general, he would say horrible things about other streamers in Austin, like, I quote, "I hate everyone here. You are all useless to me. You're worthless to me because it does nothing for my stream anymore to collab with any of you."
Oh.
And him saying that was the final straw for me. The day that he said that to me about other people was the first day that I
How about Austin streamers?
for the first time
Yeah.
started to ignore his calls and messages. And because of that, he even threatened to come to my house if I didn't answer. But I did end up calling him back, and I spoke to him, and I basically told him that I felt like I could finally see things for what they were. And he started panicking, and he was super apologetic, and he was saying he didn't want to lose me, which wasn't the first time that he like did something like that, and was like, you know, basically begging me not to leave. But that was definitely the most extreme time. And again, like I said, I always had the hope that things would be cordial, or that, you know,
And she really tried.
we could be fine
You can
with each
see.
other, so
She really
I
tried
agreed,
to
and
like.
we agreed we were gonna talk about all of that.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
We talked about it about a week later, and instead of apologizing for anything, he basically told me that he realized he needed to go to Japan and LA to get his viewership back up, and he was
Of course.
basically too young to focus on friendships and relationships. And it was I mean, despite everything, like I said, I still cared about him, so it was still hard. And I mean, it was like a mix of feelings, you know, like I was devastated, but I was also so relieved. But because of the past incidents during like other fights and times I would try to separate myself from him, past incidents during those times of him manipulating me into
Unit
staying close
ready.
with him and giving him more chances, sexually
Yes, sir.
assaulting me,
Agreed.
the abuse, and just
Awaiting
him
orders.
generally not being a very nice person.
Acknowledge.
After that, I decided that the only solution, a way for me to move forward, I made the hard decision, but
Yes, sir.
I know now for sure the
Agreed.
right one, was to finally completely cut contact with him.
Good call.
I knew it'd be very hard because our careers and our communities were so intertwined, but I knew that I had to do it, and that there was no other choice. So
Yep.
I have not spoken to him since January of this year. It's been 10 months. But you think that's the end. It is unfortunately not. I haven't spoken to him since January of this year. It only took a couple of weeks, but soon the messages started. He has attempted to contact me over 40
Yes, sir.
times, over 40 times individually this year in individual
normal.
texts, Discord messages, Instagram DMs, and phone calls. And I'm just gonna show those.
40 times.
Reporting.
And at
Acknowledge.
first,
Waiting orders at once.
it started simple.
Yes, sir.
The
Affirmative.
confusing messages,
Awaiting
or
orders.
like him
Our base is under attack.
expressing he was worried about things.
Affirmative.
Like, first it wasn't anything weird.
Yes, sir.
It's just that you can go through and read all these yourself, but it's just
Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
bro's got issues. I mean, I've been down bad, but 40 times.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
That's a lot.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Ready and
That's
waiting.
a lot.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well.
This is not someone who loves or cares about you.
He's trying to get her to be amicable and everything. It's crazy. Surely the 41st time.
Reporting. Affirmative.
I'm not gonna talk, by the way, about like anything about this beyond what she's gonna talk about unless I'm getting mentioned. Just so you guys know. Just out of respect for her privacy. Obviously. I know a lot of you guys want to know more, but that's just what's gonna happen. That's why I never said anything. Because I knew this day would come.
This is only things that he sent to me. I can't document all the things that people told me that he was saying. And, just kind of a funny side note, I guess. I would like to highlight this message.
Which one?
Because,
Oh,
doesn't really matter. But I ran it through
no!
a ChatGPT checker.
No!
And, all the highlights, like
The
I said,
AI
doesn't really matter.
reader.
I just thought it was interesting.
Who knows, right? It's a mystery.
But, yeah.
Reporting.
Like I said at first,
Awaiting orders.
the messages were just simple things, like, him saying he was worried about things, or saying no one was talking to him, which I don't think was even true at the time. I think he was just saying that to try to guilt me into responding to him. I'm not sure about that, of course. This also extended to in-person interactions, because initially I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through private communication, and, you know, we would be fine going to the same events and parties and such. I also had to start... Hold on, I'm still fucking sick. I made the mistake of thinking that I only had to cut him off through personal, private communication. But I also had to start avoiding going to the same parties or places I was worried he'd be in person. Because,
Yes, sir.
this was after
The force and
he came back
interaction.
from his first
You know.
trip to Japan. There was a party that I attended several months after I first went into contact with him. I was aware that he would be there, and I thought it'd be fine. I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I thought I'll just let him have his space, I'll have my space, you know, it's not a big deal. We're adults, right?
Yes, sir. Very well.
During this party, I felt like he was following me around and monitoring me, but I thought that I was just being paranoid. I was like, it's probably just in your head. I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and a couple other friends. And, at some point, Nick was like, it's too fucking loud down here, let's go upstairs. No one's upstairs. Let's just go, you know, chill in a room.
I was not this
and,
party.
like, talk where it's not so loud.
Can you believe that?
And,
Actually, I think you probably can.
So, they as a group went upstairs first without me, but it took me a bit longer to, get up there, because someone, like, stopped me and was talking to me. And I did feel like, I mean, he was, like, standing pretty close to that person. I felt like he was watching me, but again, I thought I was just being paranoid. But, I went upstairs, I was hanging out with Nick and Catchy and, you know, our other friends, and then about 30 minutes later...
On hold. Training.
The room that we're in, the door opens.
Unable to comply. Building in progress.
It's Miz.
Unit ready.
He opens the door,
Unit ready.
makes
Training.
eye contact with me, goes, ooh.
Unit ready.
and then closes the door and leaves. And I was like,
See?
Unit ready.
what the fuck?
Training.
Wow.
But again, I was still trying my best
Ooh.
to, you know,
Training.
give
Oh.
the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know, maybe it's
Unit
just like
ready.
Oh.
an awkward situation or something. But a couple months later, the person that he was hanging out with that night reached out to me privately and was apologizing. And I was like, why? And they're like, I just felt like I had to apologize to you because I felt so bad and so embarrassed of what was going on. Like, yes, he wanted to see what you were doing. He was saying, like, I want to see what's upstairs, and he was checking every room. And then after he opened the room that you were in with Nick,
Come on.
he closed the door
What?
and started laughing.
Yeah.
And then he just wanted to talk about, you know, how you guys broke up for the next, like, however many hours of the night.
I wonder why.
So I was like, wow,
Yeah.
okay,
Next.
that's good to know, I guess.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The
Yes,
next
sir.
story, that I want to tell involves
Unit lost.
what happened to me, Valkyrie, and Senna earlier this year when
Training.
we were attacked at the Santa Monica Pier. Because, that was
Training.
obviously...
Remember that?
Hold on, let me close all
Unit
these
ready.
fucking texts. I don't want to look at them. They're still on my desktop.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Agreed.
Whispers from a demon.
Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting.
Where was I?
Affirmative.
Yeah, so, yeah, it happened March 3rd of this year. A lot of
Silence
people were
needed.
talking about it, talking about how
Yes,
me,
sir, no.
Ray, and Senna were attacked,
Training.
which was not an issue. Like, we had no issue
Unit
with that. Like,
ready.
obviously,
Well-
it's big news. People are going to talk about it. It should be talked about. We had, like,
Reporting.
no issues with anyone talking about it and covering it, and that included him. I was fine with that. He joined in on that whole thing of people going live to talk about it. And again, I'd like to remind people at this point, we were already a couple months into me getting no contact with him and making sure I
Ready and
knew
waiting.
him.
Very well.
And so during this stream, he was covering what happened to me, Ray, and Senna.
Unit ready.
He decided that he was going to
Affirmative.
tell more of my personal stalker stories that I've never
Agreed.
personally talked about or
Building.
shared publicly myself.
And I wonder why.
And one of these stories was
Training.
one that, like, no one knew at all, and, like,
Unit
Yes,
ready.
sir.
it just felt so shitty because at the time that those things happened,
Unit ready.
You never talk about
Um,
this shit.
like, you know,
Unit
all the
ready.
people that lived
Training.
in that area together, we all came together and we all kind of
Unit
decided,
ready.
and this was
Training.
heavily
Not
pushed by him, we should never talk
Unit
about this
ready.
because, you know, people are
Ready
gonna
and
be
waiting.
weird.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
It puts Emmy in
Training.
more danger, and, you know, gives people ideas,
Unit
so we're
ready.
never gonna talk about it.
Training.
But, you know, of course,
Unit ready.
as soon as
Training.
there's some big drama that he's not
Yes, sir.
involved in,
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
and he finds a way to,
Training.
you know, bring up, oh, I was there for something that happened
Yes,
to
sir.
Emmy.
Unit
He's trying
He
to-
does it.
Affirmative.
You see what's going on?
He, yeah, he was on a stream.
Unit
I was
ready.
trying to
talking
save
about
her.
personal
Trying to
stories
help
of
her.
mine, and
Unit
I
ready.
caught wind of it.
Training.
And by the way,
Unit ready.
it was also so frustrating not saying anything at this time because the way he told those stories,
Unit ready.
he kind of
Training.
framed himself as like the
Unit
hero.
ready.
He was like, oh, I
Training.
held the stalker at gunpoint.
Affirmative.
Unit
No, no,
ready.
no.
Training.
The only person who ever came into
Unit
contact face to face with that stalker before the police came was Bonnie. Bonnie is the
Training.
person who found that guy outside,
Fucking
went
Bonnie.
inside,
Unit
told
ready.
everyone,
Training.
called the police. The police came.
Unit
All
ready.
Miz did was he stood
Training.
far away from the front door, behind glass and metal, with
Unit
a gun.
ready. Training.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Still very scary, but
Unit
why are you
ready.
acting like you, like, if anyone deserves credit for that, it's Bonnie. Like,
Training.
it's literally stolen valor. I'm so glad I finally get to say that because
Unit ready.
she is the one who, like, kept
Yeah.
everyone in those two houses safe, not him.
Acknowledged.
Anyway, back to the thing, the rains and stuff.
Agreed.
Training.
Awaiting
So,
orders.
Unit
Very
ready.
well.
Training.
I was obviously panicking, like, I just had this
Unit
horrible thing
ready.
happen to me the night
Training.
before. It was, like,
Affirmative.
huge, like, public, millions of people
Unit
seeing it.
ready.
Very well.
And then my crazy ex-boyfriend is going live talking about more of my personal stuff.
Without asking her.
And I'm like crying, and Senna and Ray are like what's wrong? And I tell them, and I'm like panicking. I'm like, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so, I need to call so-and-so. Like these different people that I was like, they can contact him because I did not want to contact him. So, Ray, Senna, some of me and Mrs. Mutual Business Partners, and Asmongold were all messaging him to stop. And by the way,
I will elaborate on this later.
Asmongold told me that he tried to call Miz while he was talking, and it rang 3 times.
2 or 3 times.
Hung up.
And then I hung.
That he saw it.
That's right. Because I called him twice. I tried to call him 2 times.
Yeah.
One of them rang like 2 or 3 times. The other one did like 10. I'm not saying he didn't see it, but that's crazy, right?
Said to him, but Ray and Senna told me that they were messaging him, being like, stop! What are you doing?
I finally did get in contact with him and told him to stop. That's why he went offline that day.
Were also equally as traumatized to me, of course. They had gone through the same thing. What am I doing wrong? I'm letting people know what, girls go through.
You go back and see the VOD.
Was that your job?
Interrupted my fucking stream for this shit. For that psycho.
That all happened a couple of months into me being no contact
just so
with
we
him.
could, fucking virtue signal.
While they're trying to be like,
well, I'm trying to protect them.
You're making it worse.
Get out of here.
He finished talking about my stuff and then reacted to Senna and Ray's whole stream where they were crying, addressing their communities. Made sure to react to that and then immediately went offline.
Unit ready.
So yeah, that was a terrible weekend.
Training.
I got threatened to be stabbed, and then the next day, my weird ex was going live trying to self-insert so that he could make sure to farm his own clips.
And viewers. To get viewers, by the way.
Unit ready.
After that incident, his attempts to talk to me only ramped up, which I showed those texts. He went back to Japan, and during that trip, he was texting and calling me, trying to call me quite a lot, begging me to take him back. And at the same time, I heard that he was reaching out to quite a few other streamers who know both of us.
Silos needed.
And he was crying to them about how he wanted to get back together and how we thought someday we would reconnect and eventually get married. I think
totally normal.
I don't think he even meant that, but I hope not. But I assume he did that with the hope that they would relay the messages back to me since I wasn't talking to him. And I mean, some of them did. I also had a couple other streamers report to me that he would obsessively watch my stream and not in a like, oh, I wonder what Emmy's doing right now way, or like having my stream open. Like he would be obsessively and attentively hate watching my stream, like watching my stream and just saying horrible things almost every time that I've been live this year. And they tell me that he would want to discuss how he believed I still wanted him.
Of course.
Interesting, considering I never replied. And he would ask other guys if they thought I had slept with anyone this year. They'd be like, I don't fucking know, man. And then they told me he would say stuff like, no, there's no way she's done that. She's not like that. And she's probably waiting for me.
Yeah. Silos needed.
Just really fucking gross stuff like that. And a couple of streamers in LA also told me that he was telling people that me and him still talk all the time, but we simply weren't together anymore.
All about appearances.
I was too mature. And I was not ready. I was too immature.
Emmy was too immature.
But
of course.
You can see from the messages I showed.
I mean, she didn't even break a hole in a wall. How can you be ready to be married if you're not ready to punch a hole in a wall?
Begging me to take him back for the majority of this year, which was 7 or 8 months total. And like I said, some of the messages were even, I believe, ChatGPT. Not that it really matters.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
As of today, it's
Yeah.
been about 2 months
Okay.
since he
Yeah.
has attempted to contact
Yeah.
me directly.
Okay.
I think because
Yeah.
about 2 months
Okay.
ago is when he started
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
getting scared that
Okay.
I might have been like,
Yeah.
you know, telling
Okay.
people things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah.
again, I wasn't
Okay.
going on my way to do it, but if anyone ever asked me, I wasn't gonna lie to
Yeah.
them.
Silos
Okay.
needed.
I mentioned this at the
Waiting
beginning
orders.
before I
Acknowledged.
started like fully telling the story. I heard from my friends,
Yes, sir.
other streamers, and my employees
Affirmative.
that he had
At once.
cooked up a plot that if I ever tried to talk about him,
Affirmative.
like about the
Reporting.
abuse or anything
Acknowledged.
else, he would try to go live and say that I killed my rabbits.
I have a story about this
And
afterwards.
I was told that he approached several streamers who were around us a lot
He didn't
when we lived
approach me.
together and asked if they would basically back him up, and they refused.
Never approach me.
Obviously, they're not insane.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Never talk to me
And-
about a single thing about this.
Even something happened this weekend at TwitchCon. One of my employees told me
Silos needed.
he went up to them and he threatened them, saying, "If Emmy ever tries to talk about me, I will destroy her." Whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
And within
Yes,
the
sir.
same night, he
Affirmative.
also texted one of my best
Affirmative.
friends, and he would have known that I would have been with this girl. He texted her saying, "Hey, worried about her. Hope she's okay."
Waiting orders.
You know, right after he just said to my employee and other
Silos
people that he was
needed.
gonna
Yes,
try
sir.
to destroy my life. Yeah, all in the same night. And,
Acknowledged.
Silos needed.
yeah, that was Saturday, so
Yes,
that
sir.
pretty much leads us to
Affirmative.
today. Feel like it's clear I've spent the last
Awaiting
year of
orders.
my life cutting him off and building a new life
Awaiting
with
orders.
people that actually care about me,
Awaiting orders.
and
Wow.
doing my best to move on peacefully without causing any
Reporting.
drama.
Mission accomplished.
I did not want to do this. A lot of people, a lot of other creators actually told me that after his other allegations in 2022,
Yes, sir.
if I wasn't the
Affirmative.
first person to stand up for him and start appearing on his channel again,
Battle control
they
terminated.
do not think that